What made the Wizards of the Coast era Pokémon card sets so special? Pokémon fans, let's rewind to 1999, the start of the Pokémon trading card game Craze. The Wizards of the Coast era Pokémon cards are legendary, and 20 years later, they're still some of the most beloved and sought-after cards in the TCG. But what made these early sets so special? Today, we're diving into the magic behind these iconic cards and why they've left a lasting legacy. Let's get into it. 1. Nostalgia and the Pokémon craze. When Wizards of the Coast first released Pokémon TCG cards in 1999, the timing couldn't have been better. Pokémon was everywhere: the video games, the anime, the toys, and of course, the trading cards. Opening a pack of cards back then was pure magic. You'd tear it open, hoping to see a holographic Charizard, Blastoise, or Mewtwo staring back at you. These weren't just cards, they were status symbols on the playground. And let's not forget the social aspect. Pokémon cards weren't just about collecting, they were about connecting. Trading with friends and showing off your best pulls turned recess into a Pokémon marketplace. 2. Iconic artwork and design. One of the biggest reasons Wizards of the Coast cards are so memorable is the artwork. These cards featured gorgeous hand-drawn illustrations by legendary artists like Mitsuhiro Arita and Ken Sugimori. Arita's base set Charizard, for example, is the defining image of the TCG for many fans. From Fossil's eerie Gengar to Jungle's vibrant Vileplume, each card felt like its own piece of art. And then there's the simplicity of the design. Wizards of the Coast cards had clean layouts that made them easy to read and understand, perfect for new players and collectors alike. 3. Gameplay innovation and accessibility. The gameplay was just as brilliant. Wizards of the Coast made the Pokémon TCG simple to learn but challenging to master. Energy cards, evolutions, and trainer cards created endless possibilities for strategy. Iconic decks like Rain Dance, which used Blastoise to accelerate water energy, or Haymaker, which relied on hard-hitting basics like Hitmonchan, defined the meta in the early days. Players loved experimenting with these archetypes because the smaller card pool made deck building manageable but exciting. 4. The collector's dream. For collectors, the Wizards of the Coast era was all about the thrill of the chase. Pulling a holographic card, especially one like base set Charizard or Fossil's Articuno, was a moment of pure joy. And then there were first edition cards. These little stamps turned regular cards into prized possessions. A first edition base set Blastoise? That was the holy grail for many collectors. Plus, the smaller set sizes made completing a collection realistic. Filling an entire binder page with Jungle's evolutions or Fossil's legendary birds was a satisfying goal for every collector. 5. The magic of Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast had a knack for making Pokémon cards feel special. Their experience with Magic the Gathering helped them craft a game that balanced competitive strategy with collectability. Remember promo cards like Ancient Mew or Birthday Pikachu? These cards weren't just rare, they told a story. Whether it was tied to a movie release or a special event, promos added an extra layer of excitement. 6. The end of an era and the start of a legacy. In 2003, the Pokémon TCG transitioned from Wizards of the Coast to Nintendo, marking the end of an era. Sets like Aquapolis and Skyridge, Wizard of the Coast's final expansions, became instant classics because they represented the swan song of a beloved period. Today, these cards are more than just collectibles, they're investments. First edition base set holos, especially in mint condition, can sell for thousands of dollars. But for most fans, these cards are priceless because of the memories they hold. In conclusion, the Wizards of the Coast era Pokémon TCG sets were the perfect blend of nostalgia, artistry, innovation, and collectability. They weren't just cards, they were a cultural phenomenon that defined a generation. Now it's your turn. What are your favorite memories of the Wizards of the Coast era Pokémon cards? Did you collect them back in the day, or are you rediscovering them now? Drop your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our Pokémon TCG deep dives. Until next time, trainers, stay legendary.